Hi and welcome to the very last video of NFTs for Developers series. It's sixth video, and in the previous one we started developing the centralized application, dApp. So in this video, we're gonna wrap up everything. We're gonna write some backend and frontend, and then we'll play around with the application that we wrote. But first of all, we need to originate the contract. Recap on what we already started. Let's jump to the tutorial that we are going through. So this one is a chart that you can find on the tutorial itself, and you can find it in Tezos.com tutorials. And yeah, let's jump to our chart again. So here we have the user, the front-end app, the back-end app, and a smart contract on Tezos network. And in this video, what we're gonna do, we're gonna follow some simple steps from the tutorial. So first things first, we're gonna originate a smart contract on a ghostnet. And ghostnet is a testnet for Tezos blockchain. So we need to create a key pair and then feed it with a little bit of fake Tez, which is like the Tez from the faucet. So we will top it up a little bit to originate a smart contract. And that specific address that we're going to have here will be crucial in the next part. So what's next? We will go to Lego IDE to compile and deploy our smart contract. Yeah, we will test it if it appears on the Explorer, like TZKT, any Explorer of your choice. And yeah, obviously we need to remember to switch to the ghostnet. All right, so then we will work on our backend application. We're gonna test some entry points, like endpoint. So next thing, we're gonna work on our front end, and we will need to double check that we updated the smart contract address that we just deployed from online IDE. That I'll show you in a second. And then we're just gonna play around. So first things first, we will need to prepare a few things. So first of all, the image itself that we're gonna upload. Any wallet of your choice. I'm gonna use Temple, and we're gonna drip some fake Tez to it, and then we will be able to play around our dApp. So yeah, so that's it. Let's jump to the first section, which is originating the smart contract for our NFT. Okay, so let's go back to our tutorial. And as you can see, next step would be the originating a smart contract on testnet. To do it, we will use the IDE that is provided online by Legolang team. Yeah, let's use that brilliant tool. So here, we need to create a new project. And let's call it NFT tutorial. We can use one of the existing templates, but we want to use the code that we already have in our cloned repo that we downloaded in the previous video. So yeah, let's keep the template part empty. Create project. So in here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna paste our smart contract from our VS Code. So let's go back here, and we're gonna just copy and go back to our online IDE and paste here. Obviously, we need to allow it. All right, nice. So one thing to remember is that we're using ghostnet here. Yeah. So before we're gonna compile, we need to make sure that we have our key pair. So yeah, let's go to our key pair management. And yeah, as you can see, I already have something, but let's forget about that one. I'm going to create a brand new one. All right. So let's go through that process. So yeah, let's there you go. Yeah. We already have the address, we have the private key. Yeah, and let's create. So, okay, we have a brand new key pair. It's successfully created, but unfortunately, we don't have any tests here. So when you highlight it, there's a little faucet icon. Let's click on it. And it's going to take us to one of the faucets available in our ecosystem. So yeah, as you can see, we are able to connect our wallet. We can fund any address, etc., etc. Because we know the address, yeah, we can copy and paste it here. And let's not go too wild. I think 1,000 tests is more than enough. So maybe let's just do 200. Okay, so it's done. Let's check it out. And as you can see, yeah, we have our transaction and the status is applied. This is the block that it's included to. And yeah, we have 200 XTZ. Yeah, and the receiver is the same address as we created in the key pair on our online IDE. Brilliant. Let's go back to our code. And now, if we click the key management, it's loading now, and we'll see if the balance is updated. We have 200 XTZ on our account. Okay, so now we need to go to project settings and clear the name of the module. So yeah, we can leave, it's optional, let's leave it empty. Yeah, when we close, it's going to automatically save it. So we don't have to worry about hitting a Command Control S button. Okay, so now all we need to do is to compile our smart contract into Michelson language. To do it, you just need to click on compile button and yeah, let's go for it. So as you can see here, something is going on. All right, what happened here? So this is a proper Michelson code, and you don't have to worry about this because yeah, maybe in the future you will learn. But for now, we can see that we have our Michelson smart contract compiled into our build contracts contract.tz. And yes, so as you can see, this code is exactly the same as output here. So it means that it was compiled to Michelson, and this is a pure Michelson code that you don't have to worry about understanding everything now, but it's going to be very useful for our project. So now we need to deploy our compiled smart contract. So let's scroll all the way down to the contract in MDGO file, and we can see that there is a piece of code that we can copy, and we want to click deploy. So it's going to be our initial storage. Yeah, signer is me, obviously, and I need to make sure that this is the key pair that I use for our tutorial. So let's estimate everything. Okay, so now as you can see, we have a gas limit, storage limit, fee, that's fine. So let's go ahead and deploy. All right, so contract. All right, we're going to copy this because it's going to be useful for the future. Was deployed. Let's check it on the Explorer. We can find it on Better Call Dev. Let's go and check it out here. So as you can see, we have a contract. Let's click here and yeah, brilliant. If we go to storage, we have everything that is here. Cool. So that's what we needed to do for originating our contract. So let's go to our VS Code now. So we can forget about the smart contract now. And as you can see, we have 3 folders here: backend, contract, frontend. So now we're going to focus on that one, on backend. Let's also jump into our console. So let's first of all get some. So let's switch to our backend folder. Yeah. So cd backend. And now we will run npm install. We're going to install all the dependencies. As you can see, it's going on. And yeah, we get some more folders here, which is good. And now it's all done. Okay, so let's go to our folder called src. And as you can see, there is Pinata keys.ts. And we have some dummy keys here. So what we need to do, we need to log into our Pinata IPFS account. I hope you watched the previous videos. If you didn't, yeah, the links are in the description down below. Yeah, so if you didn't, that's not a problem. Just register on the Pinata website. That is pinata.cloud. All right. So I already have the account, so all I need to do is just to log in. Sign it in. And now we need to just find a section that is saying API keys. So let's create a new key, and it's going to be called NFT tutorial project. And let's take the admin one and just generate the key. So this one is going to be visible only once. So make sure that you are copying everything. So what we need in our code is API key. That is that thing. Let's paste it here. And the secret. Yeah. So we need this. And that's it. Okay, now it's worth reviewing what we actually have in the index.ts. So, if you're coming from Web 2 background, you can see API calls. Yeah, and yeah, if we have like a get call here, we have hello developers, but we also have a post endpoint that is mint endpoint. And as you can see, what we are doing here is literally we're gonna upload a single file, yeah, and yeah, handling if there's any like 500 error, yeah, and what we can do, we can test Pinata authentication. So Pinata will handle the file itself, and yeah, have a look what's further down the line. And I hope that you understand the idea of pinning the file. So the app, it's got to pin the picture because the metadata includes the hash of the picture. And if we have the status of 200, we can double check that it's pinned. And yeah, we have the metadata and the file was uploaded to our Pinata storage. All right. So that's pretty much it for the backend. For now, we need to jump into next step, which is the front end. But before we're going to do it, we need to test if this application actually works. So now we need to use the command npm run dev. And as we can see, there is something going on. Server started at localhost. All right, let's check it out then. Hello, developers. So now we are using the endpoint get, and yeah, it works. Next part is the front-end app. Let's install all the dependencies by running npm install. So what we need to do now is literally going to our VS Code, and we're going to switch to another folder from backend to frontend. Yeah. So we need to do it here as well. And then, okay, npm install. All right, now it's done. And yeah, so what we can do from now. So now let's go to our app.sveto. And yeah, now let's have a look what we have here. All right, so we have the GhostNet RPC URL, and we have our backend that is running here, but we also have the contract address. Okay, so if we go back to our better called dev, we can see that we have the address. Let's copy it and paste it into our VS Code. So pasting this and save. Let's review what we have in the code now. As you can see, we have the onMount function that is loading once the page is loaded. Yeah. But what is interesting, we were using Taquito, and we're using Beacon Wallet and Beacon SDK. So both Taquito's imports and the Beacon wallets, let me maybe explain what it is. Let's start from Beacon Wallet. So Beacon SDK is a very powerful tool for developers, and whenever we want to include that shiny button connect wallet to our dApp, we are using Beacon. So let's have a look on the website, and maybe that will bring you a little bit more clarity on what it is. So some users can use Temple, or some users can use, I don't know, Kukai. So Beacon is allowing them to pick which wallet they want to use. And obviously we want that functionality to be included into our dApp. Taquito. So this is a very, very powerful tool for developers, obviously. So let's have a closer look on their website. They have a very good documentation, and as you can see, we can build on Tezos in very delicious way. So we're importing 2 libraries here, and yeah, we can use them with our dApp. We won't go deeply into the functionality of each of the imports here, but you just need to bear in mind that we are using those 2 powerful Tezos ecosystem libraries. Let's have a closer look on one of the most crucial functionalities in our dApp. So our application will allow the user to upload the image, and that will mint the NFT. So obviously we need an upload function. So yeah, as you can see, we have the image, the title, the description, and the creator. So yeah, we are posting our data to our backend. Yeah, and if the status is 200, we can allow this to create that NFT contract. Okay, and using the Tezos wallet with the contract address that is part of the Beacon wallet. Let's run our development front-end application. All right, so it's npm and run dev. Okay, that was pretty quick. So now we can run our application, and it's on the port 5173. So yeah, it's here. Now it's time to connect our wallet. And as you can see, Beacon is working perfectly. So let's use Temple. And now I need to log in. Yeah, I need to confirm the connection, but obviously I'm using GhostNet testnet. Yeah. So let's connect now. Yeah. And now I can upload my NFT. So let's use one of the photos I created for one of the events. And it's gonna be Tezos. Let's click mint. Saving your image. We need to confirm again. And as you can see, successfully submitted operation. Yeah, and my NFT was successfully minted. So this is the transaction. So now if we go to our Pinata, as you can see, I have the Warsaw NFT for Tezos, and it's my picture. So brilliant, it's there, and we can use it and we can mint more NFTs. Okay, that's it. It's the end of our NFTs for developers series. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope to see you again in different series. Leave the comment down below what else you want to learn about developing on Tezos blockchain. I'm happy that you made it through the end, and yeah, happy building and see you next one. Bye!